Hi folks, it's Steve here from Analytics in Action. What I want to do today is give you a demo of how to use profit charts to optimize marketing campaigns. So what this video does, it basically builds on a previous video I did in which I created a couple of predictive models, so a decision tree and a neural network. So what I did was use these models to predict the profile of customers that are likely to attend a marketing event. So if you want to follow along with the current video with the actual models that I created, you can recreate those using this video. It has links to the actual raw data I used. So what we did was create two models. So I'll just click on Browse to actually show you these two models. So I've got a data mining structure here called marketing model, and these two predictive models here, a decision tree and a neural network. So I created those two models, and I'm going to use those to feed into this profit chart. So best way to actually explain how to do that is just go through a quick demo. So click on the profit chart within the data mining menu, click on next to get rid of that start page. So we see the two predictive models that I showed you before. So you've got a couple of options here. You can either click on the data mining structure, which I've got here called marketing model, or you can click on the individual models that sit within that data mining structure. If you click on the the data mining structure, both models will be included within the profit chart. If you select just one of the models, you will only get one model within the profit chart. Not surprising that. So then you just click next, and this is probably the key sort of page on the wizard. So what you need to do is identify the mining column to predict. So what we're going to do is predict whether a customer is likely to attend a marketing event. And the value we want to predict is really the target state, so whether they will attend or whether they won't attend. In this case, we want to predict whether we want to identify customers that plan to attend. And then this next one is we identify the target population. So how big is the target population for us? So in this case, it's going to be, we're going to select 5,000 customers. It's going to have a fixed cost of, say, let's put in $4,000. So that is, cost associated with, say, analyst time to build the predictive model, the marketing person's time to pull together the collateral. And the next item down is we have to identify the individual cost, and that is the cost associated with targeting that customer. So I'm going to set that to $3. That's probably a reasonable estimate for costs such as postage, envelopes, a little bit of time associated with sending out each invite. And then the final thing we have to fill in there is the revenue per individual when we get a positive result, so the customer actually attending the marketing event. Then we'll click next. So we've got a couple of different options for what data source we're going to use, but in this case we're going to use the test data as basically which we held out when we created the data mining model. So same data that we used to create the lift chart. Now we just click finish, and it'll go off and create the profit chart. So these are fairly simple charts. So what we see, we've got two lines here, the red and the green line. They identify the profit associated with each model. We see that both these models have very similar effectiveness because they have similar shape. And with these profit charts, you nearly always get a point of inflection, and that is where the profit is optimized. You can see here it's optimized when we contact about 45% of the target population, and their profit tops out at about $10,000. We also have a blue line here, which is the line basically that says, if we didn't use a model, which is essentially say, okay, we're just going to randomly send out invites to the customers, this is the profit associated with following that approach. What we see is that by far, if you follow the model and target about 45% of the population, you'll maximise your profit. Below the profit charts, we have a tabular sort of version of the profit chart. So that is basically profit charts for you. If you found this useful, might be worth subscribing to my YouTube channel, so just click on the subscribe button. The other option is to come across to my website. I have stacks and stacks of information on predictive modelling and also SQL Server in general, so lots of stuff on data integration as well, which is really useful for people involved in data mining, particularly since about 80% of most data mining projects, about 80% of the time is associated with actually manipulating the data, getting data into the right structure to put into data mining models. So I hope you found this demo useful, and tune in for the next demo that I do.